Congressman Jim Jordan is the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, which is going to hold hearings very soon on these activist judges, and he joins us now. So in 2 months, sir, Trump's had 15 lower court injunctions. Yeah. 2 months. Obama had 12 over the course of 8 years. That tells the story, doesn't it?
It sure does. These judges, I mean, the left's being the left. They actually think that unelected judges, unelected bureaucrats should have more say in policy and actions than the guy who put his name on a ballot and got elected as president of the United States as commander-in-chief. So, and then when you look at this Judge Boasberg's decision, it was one of the dumbest I've ever seen, because he in essence said, turn the plane around, bring back the bad guys. Bring them back to gang members, hardened criminals here illegally who did terrible things. Turn the plane around and bring them back. Dumbest thing I've ever heard. So we're going to be talking about that, as well as these injunctions that you mentioned that have happened so often around the country.
Darrell Issa has a bill to block district judges from issuing these nationwide injunctions. Why should some partisan judge, probably in a very partisan area, be able to stop something from happening all across the country, be able to prevent the president from doing the work to the entire country? I think that makes sense. It's amazing to me that that is the way it works.
Yeah, no kidding. I always say, why should some judge in Timbuktu, California, be able to decide policy for the entire country? So that bill, good bill, we've already passed it out of committee. We had a hearing on that. We talked about that. We passed it, taken a vote, and it looks like our leadership is going to put that on the floor for a full Congress, for a vote in front of the full Congress next week. But it's a good bill. It says the decision should apply only to the parties in the case in that respective jurisdiction, shouldn't have nationwide implications. And if there are a couple of state attorney generals bringing in action, well, then it goes to an expedited appeal process. Again, legislators will be trying to put some common sense back into this and let the president get his policies done that he was elected to do.
I mean, you're head of the Judiciary Committee. I mean, it's in your opinion, because there's conservatives like Andrew McCarthy we talked about last week that say that the president is not on solid legal ground in this decision that they've made. How do you see it? I mean, what's your
I respectfully disagree. I think he's on strong constitutional ground. Article 2, Section 1, first sentence, executive power shall be vested in a president of the United States of America. So this is the president. He was elected. This is his power, particularly when you talk about national defense. Second, the Alien Enemies Act talks about a predatory incursion as a reason the president can take this type of action. Well, what else do you call this gang? Trinity Agua gang coming in here doing the terrible things they're doing, they're not coming in here because they're Boy Scouts wanting to do nice things. They're here for bad things, and they've done those things, and they're here illegally. So I think he's on strong statutory ground. And then finally, it's what we talked about before. This decision is stupid. And then when you couple the fact that this Judge Boasberg, has a history which looks like it's been politically targeted against President Trump, specifically what he did with on the FISA court relative to the whole Trump-Russia collusion baloney. I think you put all that together and you can begin to make the case this judge looks like he's operating in an entirely political fashion, which you're not supposed to do when you sit on the bench.
It seemed to me a little screwy when we found out that he was basically a tourist for I think the Trump court proceedings in Washington. He went in, even though that wasn't his jurisdiction, he went in just to watch the president go through this process, and it was almost like he was a fangirl for the prosecutions of an ex-president, which I
he
thought
also
was
gave
telling.
Also, Rob, that is important, but he also gave the slap on the wrist. He was part of giving the slap on the wrist to Kevin Kleinsmith, the guy who altered a document that was taken to the FISA court and was used to get the warrants to spy on President Trump's campaign. Right. I mean, come on.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to give this to you before I let you go. You're the perfect person to talk about this because you're a wrestling guy. Trump at the NCAA championships, Philly over the weekend. There's the walk-in. The crowd goes nuts. Wyatt Hendrickson, second lieutenant in the Air Force. Wins the title. It was so cool to check out. Look at that with the salute. And then he goes over. He makes his way over. He's going to hug the president. You had a couple of congressmen from Oklahoma there as well. The senator from Oklahoma, Mark Wayne Mullen. Talk about that and just how cool it was. And to have a president go to a wrestling match like this, I mean, they must have been going crazy.
Yeah, they were. He got an amazing reception when he walked in. Wrestling people are working class, middle class people. They love the president. They like his fight. They like his athlete You know, his mindset of an athlete, I always say, president likes to win, and that's a wrestling mindset. So they really appreciate him. But the story about the heavyweight, because the guy that Wyatt Hendrickson beat, no way he should have beat that guy. This guy's like one of the baddest guys on the planet, Olympic champ, national champ, unbelievable athlete. And I told the president afterwards, I talked to him briefly yesterday, and I said, Wyatt Hendrickson doesn't win if you're not there. I mean, the fact that his commander-in-chief was there, I think that was just the little extra he needed to pull off the upset of one of the biggest upsets in NCAA wrestling history. So it was a special, special night. It was great that President Trump was there in front of 18,000 crazy wrestling fans in Philadelphia who all liked him.
Yeah, it was so cool to see that. I loved that. Congressman Jordan, good to see you, sir. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.